So let's finish with the formidable force of the feminine. And maybe, Danielle, you could take us through this.
You are on mute, Daniel.
Pardon me. I'm just going to speak from my big screen, so my camera's to my left. The formidable force of the feminine. Jesus said, if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. The Gospel of St. Thomas, saying 70.
And if you would skip the table for now.
Yes. I know that the Adam in me is secondary or filled with doubts. When there is no alignment between what I say I want and what I have, this misalignment invites me to inquire on the play of the forces within me. Indeed, how much do I fear the dark? And if I do, might it be because I don't trust that I can bring forth that which is within me?
Beauty. Any question on what is being said?
Not for me.
So now let's look at the fractal of force. It starts with the dark force, and then it continues with electromagnetism. And if you remember that this is mind, then you understand electromagnetism, because mind goes both ways. Okay? Gravity, you can understand how the force of gravity would go with the soul, especially if you've dealt with some very heavy despair. Then the connection is quite clear. The weak force is connected to the body, the strong force to the heart, and the light force to the spirit. Okay. So now, the part that is most interesting is that the dark force is 95%. So this is to say that ether, or the field, is everything that exists. And the remaining 5% are split between electromagnetism, gravity, weak force, strong force, and light force. So 95% goes to ether. And when we're going to look at archetype, or when we look in this case at great ingenue, you can understand that that's 95% of the equation.
And we didn't just make this up. If you just take a look at the fact that a molecule is 99% open space, what we think of as matter is not really physical.
Right. Thanks. So Danielle, when you are ready, please continue.
Force of darkness. Science offers that the estimated distribution of dark matter and dark energy in the universe has changed. 13.7 billion years ago, dark matter was held to comprise 63% of the universe, 37% being formed by neutrinos, photons, and atoms. Today, dark energy is computed to constitute 73% of the universe, dark matter, 22% and atoms, or the stuff of living creatures, planets, and stars, 5% of the universe. Thus, 95% goes to what science calls the dark force versus 5% to the rest of the forces, which includes the four interactions: gravity, electromagnetism, strong force, and weak force, plus the light. If the dark force is 95% of the power equation, and if the element of ether runs the solid code, then the creative importance of the voice is paramount, as hinted to in the saying above.
Yep. Comments on your part?
Well, I'm struggling with this, not because I disagree with it, but I think it's because I've got a voice that says, well, wait a minute. And I think it's my can't voice. And it's the part of me that doesn't study, doesn't prepare, doesn't organize, addicted to chaos, blah, blah, blah. And it's almost as if in my mind, in my air and metal, in my own EM, that I am still committed to a split mind, or I have not dropped into the feminine or enough, or into my own rest to just accept and quit resisting and lean into the greed ingenue even more, and investigate that 95% of the equation, and kind of rest in that and retire into that. So I'm in process with this, and it's got my attention again. So that's all I've got in this moment.
Beautiful. As are we all. That the mission of Empowering Now is to bring forth Golden XPR as a way to transition from a world in greed to a world in grace. So that's the work. We're 95% into unconscious greed. If we make it conscious, then we have access to I am spirit, I am love, and I am in love. So yes, it's almost revolting to see how big greed ingenue is compared to the other archetypes. I agree with you. There's part of me that says, want to say, wait a minute, But this is our contract. This is our curriculum. This is why we're on earth, to master this lesson of greed, so that we could stand all one and no longer be afraid of the material world. So that's any other comment, questions on this revolting page? Sarah.
I just have something to share. So last night there were so many things that happened, but the first one was about the placebo effect, where we're late, and I always do this parking fairy song, and I choose that there's going to be a place, and usually when I do that, there is, and there definitely was. But the other thing was, when we got to the place, I noticed how pushy I am, and I feel like I'm not going to get mined. So I better zoom in, and I witnessed how zoomy I am and how pushy I am, and how someone could lovingly say hello, and I'd be like, hi, but I've got to get to this thing. And I was like, whoa. And it happened twice. It happened when I paid. It happened when I saved seats for people. And then when I went to the bathroom, people were mellow. And I was just like, are you in or are you out? Like, I was so like a snake. But I witnessed it. I felt it.
Ah, good for you, Sarah. You're beautiful. Thank you. So maybe Michael, you want to put everything together and take us through a
Yeah.
conclusion?
I find myself a little bit weepy right now, on the verge of tears. What happens for me in this insight when I properly get it is a form of awe about reality and of the contract that motivates the voice
Mhm.
within me. It's beautiful and it's humbling at the same moment. It's not intellectual. I'll just put it that way. It's not smart and it's not dumb. It's a new way to engage greed. And I really appreciate you reading that mission statement, Maha, because I look back at the intelligence, the spiritual intelligence that I think all of us have. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here, right? We've all got some sort of contract with the divine, or you just wouldn't be on this call. And that's at least my hypothesis. Maybe I'm off on it, but the idea that the cosmic field that holds all potentiality is not personal, and it is personal in the exact same moment, invites such a really big, huge invitation into becoming responsible for those transgressions where I receive less than the sense of enough, less than unconditional love. So I'm checking out today with a sense of awe, sense of appreciation, and humility all bundled up into one. Anna, what touched you today? What did you receive?
I feel safe and secure.
Mhm.
Thank you. Susie, what's new for you today?
New, but just a good reminder that it's all a cosmic joke. And
Would
somewhere
you say that again, Susie?
like
Cosmic joke.
beyond the part of us that
Okay,
that it's all a cosmic joke,
got
and
it,
that
got it.
somewhere the part of us that never leaves God, we're just all chuckling together.
Mm.
We're like, they'll get it, just wait, kind of deal.
Beauty.
What did you receive, Daniel?
Come to the dark side, Luke. That's it.
Sarah, how about you? What opened up?
Gratitude and gratefulness for your patience and gratefulness for my patience.
Amen.
Lovely.
And I realize I
Maha?
need to celebrate the Shabbat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Maha keyword?
I just coined a word, and that would be gratitude. I feel gratitude, like gratitude for the propensity to go deep into the dark to find God. Gratitude.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much for being part of our experience, everyone. Have
Yeah.
an excellent week.
Love you all.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Okay, stop the recording.